Okay, so now we are on the second step of making kefir water. This is a primary fermentation. It has fermented with the kefir grains, and you can see the kefir grains on the bottom. Sometimes they're a lot bigger than that. I have some that are bigger, it just depends. Some are small, some are big. Sometimes there's big ones with clumps floating on the top. All of that is completely normal. But this has fermented. It's sugar water with kefir grains that has fermented for 2 days. And I try and do my kefir water the same time every day, like I always do mine in the morning. So they say 24 or 48 hours, but I just say 1 day, 2 days. So as you know, I've marked this as a primary fermentation, and it's ready today, which is Sunday. So the next step, once it's fermented for 2 days, then you want to strain it and flavor it. And how you do that is you always use plastic because metal kills kefir grains. I think apparently stainless steel doesn't, but who wants to take a chance? I just go with all plastic. And I strain it into another mason jar. As you can see, there's quite a few bubbles. It's fermented quite a bit. And I have a good chunk of grains left. There are a lot of bubbles in there. And what I'm going to do is, ask Mickey for one of those. Also, I have a few kefir grains left in the bottom of this, and I want to get them out. So I have well water, which is good. If this was city water, I wouldn't be doing this because city water has chlorine and fluoride in it, which kills kefir grains. It's very bad for them. So if you have city water, you want to use distilled or filtered water, and I'll explain that. That's explained in the first part. You use distilled or filtered water, and you add back minerals because kefir needs the minerals. So we have this many, which is actually quite a bit more than I put in to start. Mine grow quite a bit. So anyway, I have all these grains. And I'm going to put them aside because I'm going to start another primary batch with them later. So here we have this filtered kefir water, and we want to flavor it. So I've flavored it with juice before, I've flavored it with the oranges, dates. This time I'm going to flavor with, I'll just bring this over. I'm going to flavor this with lemon. Usually I use when we're using 1 liter jars, I usually use half a lemon and a small bit of ginger. But this is a 2 liter jar, so if it's an organic lemon, which this one is, you can leave the skin on. I like to squeeze the juice in. We're doing lemon ginger today. Squeeze the juice in and then just drop the whole thing in there. Don't worry about seeds because we all get those filtered out.
If it's not organic lemon?
If it's not organic lemon, just peel it. Peel it first and then put the rest of the lemon in. And then I have sliced up ginger in little pieces. I want this really gingery, so I put a lot. And so I'm dropping that in. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put a little bit of powdered ginger in as well, just because I'm going to put a little bit of powdered ginger in as well, because I really, really want this to be like a ginger ale batch. So I put a little bit of extra powder. And I always, always, always put some kind of dried fruit because my kefir grains seem to love dried fruit. Any kind of dried fruit is fine as long as there's no sulfites in it. So always check and make sure that there's no sulfites. Dates is just dates or raisins. They can sometimes put oil or sugar, but it's better not. I'll put 2 in this, and I'll stir it a bit with a plastic spoon. You don't really need to. But there it is. So now this is a flavored ginger water. This is now the secondary fermentation. The secondary fermentation is 1 day. So today is Sunday. I'm going to mark this with an S for secondary. And today's Sunday, so tomorrow morning, this will be finished at secondary fermentation and ready to to strain and put in the fridge. So it's the secondary, it's ready Monday. So secondary Monday. I'll put that aside. It's good to keep your kefir water at room temperature. If it's too cold, it won't ferment as well. If it's too warm, it might ferment too fast. As you can see, mine fermented a lot. It loves ideally 21 Celsius, between 19 and 21 Celsius, but don't worry about that too much. Okay, so that was your preparing your secondary fermentation, flavoring your kefir water.